Hi, I'm Donna Dewberry, and today on Practice Strokes, we're going to learn about the Scruffy brush. We're going to do some wisteria and show you different ways to use this brush. This is one of my original brushes that I personally created. It's not like a mop brush. A mop brush is really soft. This is a Scruffy brush that I originally created from a number 12 flat brush that was really abused, and I fluffed it up and it made nice little scruffy marks. So now we have a big, full, nice scruffy brush that's made just with my design, and we don't wet this brush to use it. It's always dry when we're using it and full of paint, okay, until we clean it. Then we have to use water. All right, so you fluff it out like a makeup brush. And so let me show you. These are my signature brush handles. So the normal, the value pack might have a dark green handle. It does have a dark green handle. And if you get my signature brushes, all the specialty brushes, which my Scruffy brush is, have a flower handle. So this brush is the one most people are using because it's not so large. And you fluff it in your hand when you pull it out of the package because it's very flat in the package. You might lose a few hairs at first, but that's normal just because of the way they make the brushes. And you fluff it out so it's like a makeup brush and it's oval. Then the small Scruffy brush is done the same way. And we want all those little pieces in there to be all fluffed up. This is called a quarter, a half, and a 3/4. All right. All right, so let's do wisteria. Now, when I say, I want to show you something. When I say half the brush, I am not talking about half this way. I'm talking about half like you crack an egg. There's an oval. We're going to do half this way. So this half is going to be purple, which won't show up good in this light. And this half would be the white. So we're going to pick up and pounce the dry brush into, listen, hard, into dioxazine purple and wicker white. Okay, so just a part of it is wicker white. We are using multi-surface. This is FolkArt multi-surface paint, and it goes on wood, metal, glass, ceramic. It's wonderful. Okay, so now when I'm pouncing this onto my paper, I'm going onto my project here. I want you to see I'm keeping the white up. So let's go down a little bit more so you can see that. The white's up, and then I move it around. Okay. Now, if I have a few wild hairs, I can push them up into there, okay? So when I'm doing wisteria, I keep the white up, and I'm moving around. If you over pounce, you'll lose the colors from dioxazine purple up, okay? So I want you to see that I'm going to come from this with the white up. I'm going to take and tilt the brush and tap down. Now what I want you to see is it looks like a tornado, the wisteria hanging down, and it can be a faux lilac or wisteria. But what I want you to see is that we are not turning the brush around when we're doing this. We're keeping the white up and we're moving in pouncing motions. This looks like a Florida tornado, not a Texas tornado. They're big all the way to the ground. Ours are more like water spouts. So I want to show you, I'm going to pick up some sap green and some citrus green and maybe a little bit of white even. And I'll show you that we have a vine coming down from here, and I'm going to make the little green, little long leaves along here, and that's going to give you the wisteria, so you know what I'm talking about. Isn't that kind of fun? And so I can slide, this is an 8 flat, and I am coming with little vines off here, pushing down and standing up. Okay, and that looks like a wisteria, right? Okay, so The next thing I want to show you is using the Small Scruffy. With the Small Scruffy, I'm going to pounce half into one side, a little bit more than half, and then go to the outer edge of the second color and pick up that bright green. Okay, and I can even add a teeny bit of white or add white later because I use these for the center of flowers. I'm going to pounce the dark green on the bottom and the light green on the top. And that would be the center of a flower. I can then pounce some yellow or white and add a little bit of brighter right there on top, okay? And I know you're probably going to say, show me those leaves again. So this is an 8 flat. And then I'm going to chisel, push down, chisel, stand up. So that's the chisel. This is an 8. So I can take my vine really thin. And then I'm going to chisel, flat, chisel. And if you have a dry edge, that means we need medium. So look, a little bit of medium. Okay, this is a new bottle, so it looks different than you're used to, floating medium. And I have them in 2 ounce, on onestroke.com, you have them in 2 ounces or 8 ounces. So look, push. And I add some medium because I want it to feel like butter. All right, so look, there's the medium. I dip into the medium every once in a while, every 3rd or 4th stroke, and then I come pick it up. Right, so I can go back over this. It had a little dry edge. All right, and right when it's wet, you saw I just put it right on top of there. Okay, so let's go to our Scruffy brush. I'm going to show you how to wash this brush really quick. All right, so this is what happens. All right, so let's come into the water. Because this is natural hairs, these are all natural hair, I'm going to pounce instead of raking this brush. Usually we rake, but I don't want to break the bristles. So we pounce up and down. And we're going to take, and watch this, I'm going to squeeze the ferrule. There's the ferrule, so we push it really hard, and that gets out all the water. And I fluff it, so it's ready for the next thing that we're going to paint, okay? So the next thing I'm going to paint is I'm going to show you how to do sunflower center. This is the center of a sunflower. So I'm going to use my citrus green and my sap green just because I want to show you really quick. The dark sap green is usually licorice, and the top is like a bark brown, so that you see 2 tones, and you wouldn't see it right now, so I want to show you this way. Now I'm going to hold the light color, the light brown up for my sunflower, and this is going to be the center. So I'm going to tap, 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 and I'm not smushing it. You see, I'm tapping firmly. All right, so I go up and over, and then I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to tap all the way across the bottom and get more citrus all the way across the bottom and come back up. Okay, so this would be licorice and licorice down here because I keep the light green up, and then I cross over the licorice with the citrus green again, and it should look like, when we're done, a chocolate donut with chocolate icing. All right, and then we're going to pull the sunflower petals from that. Okay, so now I want to show you something about Scruffy work that I do and don't want. I don't want you to do this. All right, I don't do light like that, and I don't want you to go. Many people do their wisteria just like this all the way across. All right, or they make their garden like that straight. All right, so no light little dabs. All right, so if I was doing these little dabs, I would do it like this, guys. Like the top of trees. I can put this on tree branches. I don't do this little faint dab. Okay? I promise you, it does not look good. I even have some people that have painted for many years that love that look, and that's not what you want. This just looks a lot better when we're all done. I also want to show you that in my certifications and other things I do, we do a garden, and we're going up and down. But I remember, I want you to see that I'm always have this top is the lighter color on here. And then I can come down here and do another layer. I keep going and get more citrus. See, so I can have a couple of rows of mossing. See, that looks a lot better than that. All right. Then I can come in here and add a little bit more white. So I can come down here. I can also take my Small Scruffy and show you that I'm going to just dry brush. It's always dry until we clean it, and then we fluff it dry. All right, so I can then come back in and do some little teeny white little flowers, little clusters of white flowers growing in that garden, and maybe some down here. And then I could take white with purple and add a few purple in here. Okay, and you can even add some purple up here. See? So this is the Scruffy brush. I use it for lots of fun things. If I put too much green, I do purple. Too much purple, I can come back in here and with the Scruffy brush and add more green. Firm but light. Does that make sense? Firm but light. All right, so I got it muddy there. I don't want really have it muddy. And I want you to see that these are yes, no. All right, these are good. That's not. So what this means is you want to take and make a lot of things with a Scruffy brush. You might want to make some daisy petals and put some centers in it and just practice. I'm so thrilled to see you guys showing on our Facebook group everything you've been practicing. And that is Donna Dewberry's, with an S, official, because everybody uses my site, my name, official one-stroke group, and come join us. We love sharing our practice sheets and everything that we've been doing as you're learning, and see what they do too. You will love it, I promise you. Until next week, practice.